And we start to build momentum through 3 and 4. Green flag. The 9-time track champion out here at Tucson Speedway. A little bit of a bump that time in the middle of the corner. As Clyde will move up the track just a little bit. Ron Norman going to drive it back down. He's not letting him have that middle lane. And we're running nose to tail amongst our top 3. Chris Klein got his nose inside, has the inside quarter panel of Bill Engel. Able to go nose to nose across the front straightaway. It was still Bill Engel by 0.03 of a second. Door to door, a little bit of contact that time. And Chris Klein clears for the lead. Some good old short track racing. Bill Engel currently, Zane McKissick and Bill Engel, currently the 2 fastest cars on track, and he sees Zane McKissick down low that time. Tough 3-wide position with Dylan Jones caught in the middle of those 2 Vision West Motorsports cars. Recover any more track position throughout the night, but a little bit loose that time before Vanessa Robinson noses into the outside wall. A hard hit. Run there on the start from the front row from Chris Klein. He's able to clear this pack that goes 3 wide for second. Bill Engel caught in the middle of Zane McKissick. See Bill Engel starting to get a little bit loose driving off that right rear tire. Our points leaders battling for this runner-up position. White flag gonna wave this time. One more time around for Chris Klein. Jones sends us high in the battle for second. McKissick able to keep the inside quarter panel. Jones gonna send it deep into 3 and 4. McKissick get off for the low line and try for the drive off, but Dylan Jones holds on, taking the checkered flag as Chris Klein. Brought to you by O'Reilly Chevrolet. And green flag in the air for our Desert Valley Landscaping Bandoleros. And we're going to go 3 wide here at the start. Nikki Alleman has Dominic West to his outside and Sophia Madrano to his inside. And we go 4 wide for the front row on lap number 1. Austin Schmick does his best to keep it. It was Dominic West winning the other heat race. Then we got a caution out car around in turn 4. That's the 17 of Chase Schillen. He's bringing it down into the grass now, trying not to get stuck, but that's some pretty tall grass down there in comparison to these Bandoleros. Might be able to get away with driving a hobby stock or a pro stock through there. And now out here at Tucson Speedway competing in the Bandolero class. Green flag waves and these drivers are back underway. Chaos going to do a good job getting a jump from the outside, but Dominic West on the low line able to cut distance of the track and get himself back up front. The 2-time defending champion Dominic West holding strong up front, trying to hold off a strong charge here from that 66K, but she's not going away. Inch it seems. And Chaos going to swing it wide, try and look for the momentum here. And then she'll dive back in line behind the 95. Chaos is going to look to the outside one more time in 3 and 4. And not quite able to get there. Dominic West with a perfect drive just keeps himself out front and on that low line. But been cool car building content, and she's out for her debut in her new pro stock today. Green flag, and we're looking 3 wide on row number 2. Richard Dorman looking down low with Barry Levitt on the outside. And 4 wide, looks like the 90 and Barry Levitt got into the wall. Problems here, and he slow rolled it up on that wall, almost came to a stop. No caution wave, so he gets it fired back up, but that sends Barry Levitt to the back from row number 2. Keeping this car pinned down low. And hit of steam, able to get his nose out front on lap number 2 is Richard Dorman to the lead for our 25-lap main. Wasn't able to race it the last couple of events, and Barry Levitt goes around in turn 2. Caution out. 3 laps completed. We'll still have 22 to go. Tight action there on the restart as Jen Hall looked to the middle to try and get around Larry Leach in a hurry. She'll roll the outside, trying to keep with Richard Dorman, the leader. And here comes Mariah McGriff O'Neill. Oh, and problem for Larry Leach. You see Sparks going off towards the exit ramp. Will he be able to get this off? Peeks his nose around and is able to drive it off, but a tough break there for the driver of the 09. This will be interesting as we come towards the checkered. White flag going to be in the air this time for Richard Dorman. One more time around for that driver, the number 44, and he's been perfect so far. We got a car around in turn 2. Barry Levitt was trying to catch Jen Hall, was not able to do so, as we'll drop under caution as we wave the yellow and checkered simultaneously for our pro stocks. I believe that might be a second race in a row. Green flag in the air. Brent Schmidt going to go to the low side on Joshua Davis, and we're 3 wide as Brandon Schmidt going to get a bit of a push here from that 84 car. And we got a tight bunch running here on the back straightaway on lap number 1. Work in the middle now is Weber. Brent Schmidt able to capitalize on getting down low into the lead early on. And he was about a 10th faster than the leader, so we might be seeing the switch coming as we reach halfway to go. White flag in the air this time. One more time for Brent Schmidt in that Chris Trickle throwback. Joshua Davis doing a nice job holding on to third here with Brandon Schmidt running quite a ways back and forth though. Checkered flag waves this time for Brent Schmidt coming out of turn 4. We'll go side by side off into turn 1. Looked like Brian Love had a little bit of an advantage. 173 might have taken a push from Jen Hall there as he goes high. And Jen Hall will get that nose out front early. Oh, right in there on the quarter panel. Tight action, and that'll set David Fippen up towards the wall. Maybe scraped a little bit, but kept it off. Some incredible driving from the 173. Is slowing down up on the top side of that turn. There might be a problem for David Fippen. It's been mechanical problems out the wazoo. And green flag waves. Jen Hall has a nose out front, coming to the green flag. We're coming to the start-finish line. And she'll roll out front to the lead once again. Here comes Calvin Catlin. Fippen able to get back up to third around Brian Love after getting that tire back on. We're side by side for the lead though. Calvin Catlin rolling the low side. Jen Hall able to hang it outside, looking to keep momentum up. Ooh, and Catlin pulls nose to nose for the lead. Still hanging in there side by side on this low line. Just a little over halfway through this race, 8 laps in, 7 laps to go. Tight action between Brian Love and David Fippen as well. David the Hammer Fippen rolling the outside, trying to find his way around Love for third. Hall still rolling the outside though, looking to see if she can build back up momentum. Crosses over, down low. Tried crossing back to the inside, but Catlin able to defend that move through 1 and 2. And the 22 of Adriana Murch went around that time out of turn 4. Jen Hall's season with the different compound as his tread, so Jen Hall will take the lead that time. And out of turn 4 this time, Jen Hall stays perfect. Green flag out for the Edmore Chevrolet Modified. Nick O'Neill looking to make an early move here. Got down on the apron in 1 and 2. We got 4 wide for the lead. Dwayne Hunt Jr. able to roll out the top and come back down the track to get into the lead on lap number 1. I can't believe that worked through 1 and 2. It's the rear end of the 88 this time. You see it a little bit entering the corner, but he opts for a lower line, and that does help stop the body dragging just a little bit. But we got tight action with lap cars now. Dwayne Hunt Jr. going to take the middle 3 wide. And Nick O'Neill passing down low, and here comes Bryce Bonnet up top around them all. As Dwayne Hunt Jr. goes down low this time, he'll lap up to 5th. And Nick O'Neill looking down low now. Looks like he has a charge building from this car. Gonna take the high side in 3 and 4, and Dan Clark was on the high side there, so Dwayne Hunt Jr. has to drive it back down to the middle. As he all but has taken control of the Edmore Chevrolet Modified points lead. Coming out of turn 4 now for his 2nd win at Tucson Speedway. Dwayne Hunt Jr. gets back to victory lane. And final race start is green. All sorts of wide action heading off into that 1 and 2 corner, much of what we've seen all night. But streaking, battling for the lead up front, Jen Hall and Ron Norman rolling at the point. Nose to nose that time. That's about as close as you could get at the front of the pack. But here comes our winner, Chris Klein, making his way back toward the front. And here's Chris Klein speeding like a bullet. He'll have the inside quarter panel of Ron Norman, who comes back down low. That forced the 14 to drop back just a little bit, but tight action amongst the top three wide. Ron Norman tries to go back down low. That's not giving much space to that driver from Las Vegas. And Norman holding on the outside, has this nose up front, and he's been faster, at least on the last lap. Chris Klein just a little bit faster that time, and we got all sorts of 3 wide action. Bill Angle forced onto the apron, able to keep it under him though, as we are 3 wide. Just some great action amongst our top 3 right now. Chris Klein just hanging in on that low line, trying to get it to work for 20 laps in. Still has 30 laps to go, but has the inside quarter panel and has been able to keep pace to this point. To drive down into the corner a lot more. Oh, and he has the other Vision West Motorsports car, Zane McKissick, down low now. We're going 3 wide for the lead. 2 Vision West cars and a car from Las Vegas, battling it out from the front, battling it out up front here. We receive the halfway to go this time. 25 laps in, 25 laps to go. And storming Ron Norman looking for his first victory since his return. And he's able to get a nose up front here. Oh, and David Levin's blowing up. Huge smoke cloud from that 28 car as it hits the exit ramp. And caution will wave here on lap 30. Oh, and it looked like maybe a problem with the start there for the 99 as Zane McKissick fell back. Oh, and that's our control car with Zane McKissick being the leader there, so we'll drop under caution. Saw a little bit of a snap out of that 14 car as it worked through the gears on that restart, but able to get back going and keep his nose out in front of JD White, who sent a little bit of pressure down into 1 and 2. Zane McKissick going to drive it back down low and work nose to nose between those 2 cars coming across the start-finish line. Each of them has a car on their rear bumper, as Chris Klein will look to the inside of Zane McKissick that time, decided to look for the pass, trying to close some distance right now. But he's not that far off the pace, and if anything happens amongst this pack of leaders with how tightly they're running, he's in prime opportunity to make some passes. Each of these drivers in row number 2 just looking for a hole to find a way through. Oh, and Dylan Jones monster trucking and is hard into the outside wall. Caution here, lap 43. Oh, and Ron Norman also ends up involved. And Chris Klein jumps the start, so we'll back it up. And there goes Zane McKissick, gets a good run down low, and a little bit of a bump that time from the outside from Chris Klein will force him to drop back. And Klein now has JD White and Ron Norman right in front of him. He's going to give a big push down into 3 and 4 this time. But all it takes is one slip, one slide from that 99, and that 14's back in there for his second win of the night coming through turn 4. Checkered flag gonna wave. Zane McKissick gets it done once again. And once again, hope everyone gets home safe and have a great night, folks.